checked in. It's the Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Dolls like you and me. Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls.
Made him perfectly. So if you got a bump on your nose or lumps on your toes, do not despair. Be like the Raggy Dolls and say I just don't care. 'Cause Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls.
Raggy Dolls
Raggy Dolls.
are happy just to be Raggy Dolls, Raggy Dolls, dolls like you and me. One fine sunny Saturday afternoon, the Raggy Dolls decided to go out to the big field, all except Sad Sack. He had decided not to go with the others today because they always wanted to do things he wasn't much good at. "Oh, come on, Sad Sack," said Dotty. "You can't stay in on a lovely day like today." "My mind is made up," said Sad Sack firmly. "Don't be like that, mon ami," said Claude. "We will do whatever you want to do." "Except stay in," added Dotty. "I have made up my mind," said Sad Sack, even more firmly. "Oh, well," said Lucy, "if you do change your mind, we'll all be in the big field." Sad Sack watched them go. "Now, what shall I do?" he thought. "I know. I think I'll change my mind." And he set off to join the others. There was no sign of the Raggy Dolls when Sad Sack got to the big field. "I wonder where they've got to," he thought. "I can see a lion," said Lucy. "What? Where?" said Sad Sack, spinning around in amazement. One by one, the Raggy Dolls sat up in surprise. They had all been lying down, looking up at the clouds. "Where's the lion?" asked Sad Sack. "Up in the clouds, silly," said Dotty. "We've been trying to see faces or animals in the clouds," explained Lucy, "and I just saw a cloud shaped like a lion." "I think it's more like the face of a king," said Princess. "Look, there's a jumping rabbit," said Back to Front. Sad Sack sat down wearily. Look, there's Florrie Fosdyke's hat," stuttered Hi-Fi. The others all laughed. Even Sad Sack raised a smile. He decided to join in. "It must be nice being a cloud, blown about by the wind." He lay on his back and looked at the clouds. Yes, there was a face, like a clown, with a big red nose that seemed to get bigger and bigger. "I can see a clown with a big red nose that gets bigger and bigger," said Sad Sack. "Don't be silly," said Dotty. "How can a cloud have a red nose?" "He's right, though," whispered Lucy. "I can see a cloud with a big red nose." The Raggy Dolls stood up and watched as the red nose got bigger and bigger. That's not a nose," said Hi-Fi, pointing to the sky. "That's a hot air balloon." "And it's going to land in a big field," said Back to Front. "Come on, everyone," ordered Dotty. "Take cover." The Raggy Dolls ran to the edge of the dark wood as the huge red balloon got nearer and nearer to the ground. "Zut alors," said Claude. "I think it is going to crash." The Raggy Dolls could see a man in a helmet working the controls. When he pulled a sort of string, flames shot out of a gas burner and made a loud noise. This made the balloon stop coming down so fast. It seemed to hang in the air. "I don't think it is going to crash," said Back to Front. "He's got it under control. No problem." Sure enough, the man brought the big red balloon gently down to the ground. A boy on a bicycle who kept saying, "Wow," pedalled furiously into the big field. "Wow," he said, as the man climbed out of the basket and quickly secured the big balloon with ropes and pegs and hooks. "Good morning," said the man to the boy. "Where can I find a telephone?" "I think there's one up on the crossroads past Grimes' toy factory," said the boy. "Thank you," said the man. "Do you think you can keep an eye on the balloon while I telephone my ground crew?" "Wow," said the boy, as the man hurried away. The Raggy Dolls watched as the little boy became more and more curious. "Oh, no," said Dotty. "He's going to climb in. I'm sure the man didn't mean him to do that." Suddenly, a gust of wind caught the big balloon and 2 of the pegs came loose. The boy was thrown against the gas cylinder and hit his head, knocking him unconscious.
Raggy dolls to the rescue!
Stammered Hi-Fi. The balloon was breaking loose. The Raggy Dolls ran to catch hold of the ropes, all except for Lucy and Sad Sack.
I don't like this,
thought Sad Sack.
Oh, I think I'm going all to pieces again,
said Lucy, shaking all over.
Come on, you two, yelled Dotty. We need your help.
But it was no use. The balloon broke free and began to lift off the ground. In no time at all, the Raggy Dolls scrambled up the rope and into the basket. Last of all was Sad Sack.
Oh dear, why did I change my mind? I'm no good at ballooning.
Lucy and Princess tried to make the boy comfortable. He was still unconscious.
Said Dotty. He needs to be in hospital.
Yeah, said Back to Front.
But how are we going to get him there? Don't look now,
said Sad Sack gloomily.
But I think we're flying over the sea.
Zut alors, said Claude. He is right.
Hi-Fi spoke into his headphones.
Mayday, mayday. Calling Coast Guard, Coast Guard. Boy injured, send help, over. Well done, Hi-Fi, said Dotty.
Meanwhile, the balloon had lost height. Now it was only just above the waves.
Pull the string,
shouted Claude.
Right you are,
said Back to Front.
No problem.
The flames roared and the balloon lifted, but not much. The flames suddenly stopped.
We must be out of gas,
said Hi-Fi, looking at the gauge.
Oh no,
thought Sad Sack. He decided that he didn't like being blown about like a cloud in the wind.
The wind's changing, said Dotty. We're heading back towards land.
Yeah, but look,
said Back to Front.
There's a cliff straight ahead.
There was a bump, and the balloon was soon tangled in the rocks and trees, halfway up a tall cliff.
Here comes the Coast Guard. Take cover, everybody,
ordered Dotty. The boy opened his eyes. Wow, he said. Where am I? The Raggy Dolls scrambled out of the basket and hid in some heather. They watched as the boy was rescued by a man on a long wire dangling from the helicopter.
Bravo,
said Claude.
Now he's safe. Yes, but what about us?
said Lucy.
We're halfway up a cliff. Don't worry, said Dotty. We'll be all right. We'll follow that rabbit path to the top.
The Raggy Dolls soon reached the top of the cliff. There they found a road. Quite a few cars had stopped to watch the rescue.
Look, said Dotty. Isn't that Mr. Grimes's car?
It was. And in no time at all, the Raggy Dolls were on their way back to the factory, hiding under Mr. Grimes' jacket.
I hope that boy's all right,
whispered Lucy.
I'm sure he is,
whispered Dotty.
He's very lucky.
Mais oui, whispered Claude.
It could have been worse. Worse for all of us,
said Hi-Fi.
Yes, but what an adventure,
whispered Princess.
Yeah, terrific,
whispered Back to Front. Sad Sack couldn't make up his mind what to think.
It's not much of a life when you're just a pretty face. Just to be whoever you are is no disgrace. Look around and you will find people of every kind, like the Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
dolls like you and me. Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
made him perfectly. So if you're not at ease with your knobbly knees and your fingers are all thumbs, stand on your 2 left feet and join our Raggy Doll chums. 'Cause Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls
Raggy Dolls
are happy just to be Raggy Dolls,